Arma players getting obliterated while attempting to raid Final Fantasy XIV by RubixRaptor. Now, we saw the last one. We saw how Will Coils went. I thought it was amazing. So I figured, why not give the second one a little bit of support? Because these are really amazing.
Howdy, we're back in the mystical world of Final Fantasy, and I can already hear some of you guys going, oh Lord Almighty, he's playing the cat girl game again. But no worries.
I mean, like, so that's actually, so I had somebody comment that apparently these videos didn't do super well. And it's just awful because when you are on YouTube are known for a specific thing. So say, for example, someone that's known for Arma, someone that's known for Call of Duty, someone that's known for League of Legends, someone that's known for, you know, Pokemon XYZ ABC, and they try to branch out to something different. Generally in the algorithm, it doesn't do super well, which I think hampers a lot of creativity. There's a lot of discourse on the platform in regards to, you know, oh, what's killing it, right? The amount of times that I've, you know, heard, oh, React content creators are killing the platform, and oh, this is awful, and they all just need to go away. Right? I feel, one, I add something to the table. Two, get bent. I feel that copyright and how just omnipresent it is and oppressive it can be in regards to just third-party fraudulent claimants and, you know, claimants that apparently don't have the proper copyright paperwork. I feel that's doing way more to harm the platform than, you know, rat content ever does. So, and secondly, being able to just curb your what you're doing, right? So if you want to say do a video on 14 and then it's just not pushed in the algorithm, well, that sucks because it really just curtails creativity and starts pigeonholing creators into a number, you know, into only a few different things, if not a single thing. Like imagine if like Dr. Disrespect, right, started playing League of Legends, or if like Asmongold started playing, you know, KFC funny white. I guess he could probably get away with that actually because of the amount of YouTubers that follow him. Or if like Asmongold just said, F it, I'm not playing World of Warcraft, I'm gonna go play Dota, right? How there might be a little bit of a what's going on kind of shift and the algorithm might not push it as hard. That's the kind of concept I'm trying to bring across.
On that front, I'm sure by next week I will be exploding in some kind of military simulator again, so just let me have this, I beg of you. So Endwalker came out, which explains all of my cryptic ramblings of me trying to challenge the moon to...
Oh, it's actually is Paladin. I was curious what the Endwalker premiere job was. I thought it was going to be one of like Reaper or something, but it is Paladin, which is very interesting. I hear a lot of good things about Endwalker. Approaching Shadowbringers, as I currently am right now, is very, very interesting. So the Shadowbringers and Endwalker leading into Dawn Trail is going to be very interesting.
Single combat, for those who thought I was having a schizophrenic episode on Twitter. I'm obviously not going to be going into any spoilers, but wow, did it bring the JRPG tropes to its final form with the...
I really like... I'm going to pause because I don't want to go into the next. I really appreciate that he's not going into spoilers for this. As somebody that has had a few unfortunate things spoiled, it really is about the journey. I can know what happens in certain aspects, but it's about the journey that, you know, gets to how that showcases good writing. You can know the ending, right? You can know the ending of your generic hero's tale, right? I mean, how many things take after, say, the Epic of Gilgamesh? How many things take after, you know, Tales of King Arthur, right? How many things are just this hero's journey and you know the bad guy's going to be beaten in the end, right? It's the journey there, is it not? And that's where I'm kind of at with that. 14 has a lot of good writing. It truly is an RPG first, MMO second. So I want to give RubixRaptor, thank you for not spoiling this. I appreciate it as somebody that is doing my best to catch up.
Progression going something like this. Quest level 1.
Yes, accurate.
Quest level
90. Oh, he plays healer. You absolute madman. I have absolute respect. I would say I think healing is the hardest role in the game. And my hardest is obviously subjective because when I heal, I have to turn my brain on and I have to... Healers in 14 have to do damage as well. And that's actually what Sage is. As far as I'm aware, Sage is just do damage, then heal, or you do damage, then you proc a couple things somewhere on a couple of different people, and then you start doing damage again. I probably will enjoy healer because I hear it is very technical. So... You absolute mad lad. You have my respect for remaining healer.
So yeah, fun time there. I won't go too into it because this video is mostly about us being absolutely obliterated in the new raids. Some people from the other video may ask, oh, did you finish the Coils of Bahamut on minimum item level? No.
That was my question.
Oh. I did go back though to see if they would be easier with the new Endwalker changes. Spoiler, they were not.
A test of your reflexes.
I've been told who that is. I haven't seen this line yet, but I've been told who that is.
They did give us some new wacky classes though, and as a healer main, my eyes were instantly drawn to the Sage, which is essentially a healer that walks around with 4 floating guns, but my loyalty...
Yeah, no, Sage is effectively, if you've seen any Gundam series, your funnels, your bits, if you're a double low fan like I am, the fangs, right? Oh, from the thrones. Yeah, that's all they are. You just pull out some bits, you're just playing Gundam.
To the white mage is unfaltering. Did you hear that the Sage gets a railgun?
What?
My loyalty to the Sage is unfaltering. Just kidding, I actually played as a paladin for like all of these raids. It's the class in the box. So
oh my god. So I did Omega Savage actually. We were low landing Omega Savage, and I was trying to get what are savages, like that kind of thing, right? We're trying to mount grind. And I got into me, Rev, and a couple others. You know who you are. Thank you for carrying me. We went to O12S, and I saw a endgame paladin in action. I did not think it possible. We were doing it unsynced for a paladin to completely tank the second phase of O12S, and I'm like, wow, I have a long way to catch up to a lot of people. And that's kind of why I also play with people that are above my skill level, or even vastly above my skill level. Because do you think that I got, I looked on Raid Report, and apparently I'm like top 10% of raiders in Destiny 2, which is mostly by volume at this point. I raid a lot. And do you think that I'm able to duo planets? You know how you have your planets in Rude of Nightmares, your third encounter, how you have to have, you've seen the Tom Christie video, right? It has you have one person on each of the 4 plates, so 4 people on plates. I can duo that now. I have to have another competent plate runner, which, there are several people in the Discord server alone that I would consider competent plate runners. But I mean, I'm doing it duo now. Do you think that I got comfortable enough to do duos like that, playing with people that, or at least trying to force myself to play with people that aren't above my skill level? I love playing with people above my skill level because it makes me not get complacent with my own skill level and makes me push myself. I push myself to learn duo planets, and I kind of don't want to go back, but also at the same time, it depends on the group, and if it's just easier to have someone take a planet and then I take the planet and we just swap it across, right? But duo planets it's great. So yeah, playing with people that can solo as a tank O12S is kind of nutty. And I love playing with those people because it shows me how far I need to go in my own growth and where I want to be. Keep in mind, this is also unsynced. I'm sure synced is a completely different beast, and that gets into the concept of ultimates. Ukop is going to be fun when I get to that. We need a party for that. Ukop's going to be fun. In any event, Savages, I love that content. It tickles my brain in the same way Destiny raids do, and they're actually kind of great.
So the raids. This was actually recorded right when the raids came out week 1, so this is the first time we're all experiencing these magical horrors, and the main reason this is coming out in February is because my video scheduling is unhinged. These were normal raids, and some people may ask, where's the Savage content? From which I respond, I am not good at this game. 2 of my spots on my combat hotbar are occupied by boiled eggs. To put in
absolute Chad move, though.
Perspective, going through the skill ranking in Final Fantasy, at the very top we have the mentally disturbed Lalafell players who only wear chocobo outfits and just obliterate the DPS meter, followed by dedicated Savage and Ultimate Raiders, casual players, Sprouts and new players, and then mentors. Then going all the way to the bottom of the list, right under a crab who has recently learned to use a keyboard, is me, immediately followed by a crab that has yet to learn how to use a keyboard. TLDR, please don't make fun of me, I have a fragile ego. Though you will—
Well, so that being said, so here's the thing, is that 14 is actually one of the better communities I've seen. Absolutely. As far as I'm aware, you're going to get your fringe players, your quote unquote top 1% in certain circumstances that, might look down on other players. If you have trouble completing MSQ quests, I'm not going to flame you for that. Everyone has a different skill level. Everyone learns differently. I've been to the 14 forums. Don't go to the 14 forums. I've been to the 14 forums, and they're making fun of people, just like, why do you need potions to get through MSQ, Lamau? And it's like, who are you to say, right? Everyone has a different skill level. There are people that, as far as I'm aware, 90% of players will never touch Savage content. to me, that's like strange because I always try to push myself and I always try to become the top 1%. I don't even get near that. Don't get me wrong, but I try to push myself to that. Your average player isn't going to do that. And that's completely fine. Enjoy the game as you want to enjoy it. If you're going to go, if you're gonna be a summoner with your carbuncle and you're gonna go ERP and Limsa, right? Now, not that ERP exists, mind you, not that it exists, right? Go for it. If you're gonna stand there all day in your Eureka gear with your UCOB, shiny weapon, right? Do it. If you're gonna go raid Savage and Ultimate content, do it. If you're just gonna sit there and be like, I'm gonna go get through MSQ a quest at a time over the week, right? Do it. I think, and that's what I appreciate about the 14 community is it's, yes, there's people that come out to streams. Yes, there's people that I run roulettes with. Yes, there's people in the Discord server that are like, hey, cool, yeah, let's go run Savage content, right? And I appreciate that. But also just there's random people that if you're a Lalafell that will just walk up and give you head pats during the holiday events, right? People to walk up and just give you gifts. Like, is it necessary? It's one of those that like the fact that you walked up to me and traded me a cookie is kind of based. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is wild. It reminds me of like old RuneScape, like not like RuneScape 1. It reminds me of like 2006 to 2008 RuneScape 2, right? Where you have, Wave 2, Flash 2, buying GF10K, or you got people just willing to communicate, willing to socialize. And that is why I like 14. There's a lot of positives that you can take from it. And I would argue, as much as ARR was kind of a brick to get through with Coerthas, it ends up being a filter of sorts. It's a great filter for people that are willing to sit down and play the game and take the time to engage with it, and the people that are probably going to engage in Xbox Live-isms and call people slurs over chat, right? I would argue ARR in itself is a great divide, because Heavensward, an absolute banger of an expansion, comes out right after, right? So those are my thoughts on that. I'm not a fan of making fun of anyone's skill level. I might not be great at sight reading raids and content on the first run. Like, I'll look at a mechanic in an AoE, I'm like, what does that do on the first couple of runs? But as I run it enough, it just becomes second nature to me. So, I differ from that from a lot of people who can sight read and know the entire raid just from eyeballing it, versus someone that doesn't even want to touch Savage content. Things to think about. 14 is a very positive community from my experience.
You'll notice that the first boss is not even in this video. That is because we cleared that boss flawlessly somehow.
Nice.
I have no idea. And honestly, it's not that entertaining to watch us do very well. Thankfully, the rest of the raid did not follow that pattern. Lastly, I don't expect making Final Fantasy content to do well at all, so I'm mostly making this video from a passion perspective. So if you are a deranged person like me and you're watching this, consider sharing. I hope you have a good one, and I hope you enjoy the video, which I think starts with us ranting about goblins.
Yeah, I just hate
Amazing.
goblins. I hate them. Like, they're like a funny throwaway character, but like actually making me talk to one for an extended period of time.
Go
Uplanders.
I'm gonna be the the goblins in this game go pretty hard. They're kind of cute. The whole they're called the Illuminati. As far as I'm aware, in JP, they're actually called the Blue Hand. That the entire Alexander raid series, if you have not done it, it is goblins and mechs. Go do the Alexander raid series. It is amazing. Like, we got Schrodinger's cat. We got a Gundam. We got funny goblin memes with cheese. Oh, it's a time is all I'm gonna tell you. We got hot lizard lady. What is it, Miqo'te? Which the internet really loves. Go do yourself. If you haven't done Alexander, go do Alexander. And if anything, feel free to come out to our Discord server, because sometimes I just want to run Alexander unsynced, and I will actually just run Alexander unsynced for fun. So if you need that, hit me up.
Suck my dick. Like.
Oh.
It's your mother.
Jesus, you can't say that. We're down in the sewers fighting Rat Prime. Pip's sitting there with 80 billion shield that he gave himself.
Just saying, Jay, if you stop getting hit, you have just as much shields as me.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna shirk you real quick.
He's dead, you.
Actually, that works different. I think this worked. I don't know when the change happened. So you used to be able to, as a tank, you have your ability shirk, and I think from what it used to do is that you make the next person in queue, like the next person in aggro, how you have your your A, that's gonna be your first one, right? You got your 2, you got your 3, you got your 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8 somewhere. But you get that actually tells you the aggro order. So how Shirk used to work, from my understanding, is because he's the first in queue. That would actually Shirk it down to Monte Cristo, and as far as I'm aware, they actually rebalanced that for obvious trolling reasons.
You killed him. Be gone, riffraff.
Where they
you proletariat scum. Oh no!
Oh no!
Where did Iron go? Goodbye.
Over a grate, maybe?
Yeah. Oh my
God.
Oh my, it's blind. I got this thing. Ow. Fuck. What does that mean? Sorry, it looks like
damn, that's crazy, Iron.
I mean, I'm looking at this, and I'm having flashbacks of 04S. What was it, XDeath? And like, I mean, I could see it. I could see it. I could see this me being able to do this with enough practice.
Oh!
Like 04S is probably a little harder synced. I don't know though.
Outside of the map and instantly died.
Wait,
nice.
Fucking get out of here, Scorch. I'm dead.
Hey, mate,
Did you good backflip?
Backflip into the abyss?
Don't worry, you have covered. Don't get away from me. Fungus ride.
I did it again.
What did you just do?
The chains are actually the mechanics that kind of confuse me, because there's two kinds of chains. There's one where you have to get together, and there's the other you have to go away. The way I heard, general rule of thumb, if there's a chain, move away, but if it doesn't work, then you move closer to each other. That actually becomes apparent in O12S, Omega 12S, Savage Raid, where you have that chain, and that leads into, I guess, why people don't like Omega as a raid series, because there is a lot of variance depending on certain factors. Critical error, that's fine. Like, you just have to watch your buff bar and be cognizant of who has the 8 versus the 12-second buff. But when it comes down to the chain, there's two kinds of chains. One, you run away. The other, you get close. I don't know if there's a visual distinction. I haven't tried it enough. That's one of those that I'd love to, I need to get groups together, and I need to run that content, because maybe I'm just a masochist deep down. Maybe I just like running hard content and pushing myself to learn hard content, because after enough time, I get to work. Maybe that's actually why Garden of Salvation was my first Destiny 2 raid. For those that didn't know, I didn't learn on Vault of Glass. I didn't learn on King's Fall. I didn't play D1 year. I played D1 year 1, but I didn't actually get into raiding until D2. I learned on Garden of Salvation, and that alone is enough to make certain people just cringe and wince.
Friendship stacks.
I did it though. Okay, those are fancy stacks.
You've jumped in that corner at least 3 times. I just see you back there having a pool party. Come here, Iron. Come here. Come here.
The corpse. He's a corpse.
Ooh.
It's too late. I've taken him. Wait, I'm drinking an espresso. Hold on. I'm drinking. I'm drinking.
Don't trick me now. Did you drink?
Why do I have to
Oh my god, it's so cool when you see Sprouts do that. I actually, I don't have to think about it. Since I'm not through Stormblood post, I still think, well, at this point in time, I think I still have the Sprout marker, despite having a technical Omega Savage clear, which is incredibly funny and amusing to me. No, you see that a lot with the newer players. The first time they get the stack marker, they are Scooby-Doo just all the way across the arena, and you're just sitting here like, we're about to eat a lot of damage. Unless the healer can somehow rescue them back over. Which, do not piss off the healer. They will rescue you. Rescue, for those that don't know, is a mechanic where the healer can effectively just yoink somebody. Like Naruto Pain status, Bansho Tenin, Almighty Pull. You just yank someone over. Which leads to funny situations, because it's you're still subject to gravity. So if you yank someone over a hole, they just fall and die. Don't piss off the healer. Don't piss off the healer. Just don't.
Oh no.
We'll be fine. Keep fighting.
Oh no, Jay, back here, Jay, back here.
I'm so good at the game, and I don't need Bird Dispatch to help me at all.
I'm just trying to help.
Rat Prime is refusing to die. He's disassociating again. Somebody needs to talk to Rat Prime.
I'm gonna LB at 4%.
What if I LB first?
Don't do it.
I'll cry.
Help?
I think they shored up the difference actually at this point. Someone's gonna have to correct me on this. As far as I'm aware, so there's an order to limit break, right? Everyone I think watching is gonna have some familiarity. At least Final Fantasy as a game has limit break, right? Whether you've played 7 like I did, whether you play some of the older games, we're all familiar with the concept of limit break. So how they fix in the MMO is it's a party-wide limit break, but one person gets to activate it. And generally, how you look at that is your physical DPS, and the numbers, they've shorted them up a little bit, but it used to be physical DPS by a wide margin did the most DPS, followed by range DPS, followed by magic DPS, right? So your, I almost said warrior, that's blue DPS, that's a little different. So your samurai or reaper is first, your dancer or bard would be second, technically machinist probably sees a lot more play, and followed by your, your black mage. So I'm already like third string. And then you have your tank, which is technically fourth in line. Or alternatively, if you have a mechanic that will cause a party-wide wipe, well, certain mechanics, right? There's Coils of Bahamut. You have Bahamut that does his, countdown to, I think it's like Giga Flare or something like that. He goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same with Alexander Prime. Alexander Prime is a countdown mechanic. That means your tank goes up to priority. Your tank has to give you do the LB3 because it gives you massive mitigations against that attack, so you actually survive it. And then your healer is last in queue, but your healer is also the most important because if you're about to push it, your healer can LB3 and then you can finish it. That being said, I mean, it's a party. It's Mercy, right? It used to be old Mercy in Overwatch. You just res your whole party. However, the issue with that is if you're not going to push it, sometimes it's better to just wipe. And that really comes down to the healer looking at the situation, having understanding of the game, understanding of the fight, and understanding what your damage output's like. Because if you're going to fail that final damage check anyways, maybe it's better to just wipe and, okay, let's take this from the top, right? It just depends. I'm sure there's healers out there that have a decision-making process when going through that.
Help. Help.
Nice.
I can't believe my off-tank, Iron McIronson, failed me. Wait, time to drink my espresso. Drinking my espresso. Did someone go flying by? Okay, that one was fun.
There's my second helmet. Let's go.
I got
Hell yeah.
Because I shit mine last time.
Nice.
Dracula.
That one fucking shadow.
Phoenix. Yeah, go Phoenix.
This is gonna be a fun fight. This is going to be a real fun fight because the last time I saw Phoenix was, it's his Phoenix, right? Last time I saw Phoenix was Coils, which is technically optional. It's so strange, right? So Crystal Tower is mandatory content now, which is rather divisive, I'll argue, and that's why we still have the meme of it's not Alliance raid queue, it's Crystal Tower raid queue. But no, Coils, I understand why that's not in the raid series. I understand why that's not in your raid roulette. I totally get it. It's very mechanically heavy. 8 randoms doing nail is probably you're probably gonna have a rough time. Let's be real. I still have a rough time with nail, and I've run it a few times. I still have a rough time with nail, even unsynced. Cause nail hurts. He really hurt. Or she really hurts. But yeah, last time I saw Phoenix was Spoiler Things in Coils of Bahamut. If you haven't done Coils of Bahamut, I highly recommend it because that's actually Alice's like character development arc and actually leads into Heaven's Ward. I do absolutely recommend doing Coils though. I think some of the fights are really great. Also, I think it's Coils, it's second. I think it's second Coil third turn. I think it's that one. Avatar is actually future proofed. It's actually really cool because you can't out DPS him, at least as of now. You cannot do enough damage to kill him because he will just wipe you. You have to wait for the tower to come up first unsynced.
1 minute.
Time to do the most important raid mechanic.
Egg.
What's that?
Oh, eat food. Yummy.
Wow.
Raid
The
mechanic.
1816 music.
I can't remember what big creator did it, but someone like bought out the entirety of like the boiled egg supply, and that's why it's just a meme.
Oh yeah, you're right, huh?
Jay, stop!
Time to eat 6 boxes of curry at once.
That's probably the best change to monk, honestly.
You fucking.
Oh, what have you done?
Let's go, baby!
Take a just.
Hey, Scores, we're playing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Lord Almighty. Goodbye.
Fine.
This fight looks spicy.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Ow.
This is what we call a difficulty tweak.
Damn.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Damn.
Sakari Regalius
I'm
dead on the
pressing
floor
all of my
again.
buttons.
Oh, that's a double tank buster.
Remu Regalius is about to take a tank buster.
Ooh.
These fuckers out.
Deleted. For those that don't know, tank busters, those red arrows, they're not always red arrows, but generally in fights, you can see them. That's just... I know what bird that is. What is his name? He's in Coils. It's not in Kidu. That's the stupid green chicken. You know what I'm talking about. The stupid bird that gets resurrected over and over in Coils. You know what I'm talking about. No, tank busters are those red arrows, and they are meant to be massive hits. So your tanks should be the ones taking those. That being said, I'm sure that might have to do with the aggro queue of the party.
Don't let them overlap.
No Venn diagrams allowed.
Too many birds, not enough space. Welcome to Bird Storage Warehouse.
I want a refund. This place sucks.
Get out of here.
Oh, we good.
That was a big hit.
Get to the sides if you're a schizo.
Oh, schizo game.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
There's a huge fireball. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
That's really quick. Wow. I don't know how you read that. That is interesting.
Everybody's got a bone stack.
Yeah. We're all equal here in bird.
Someone's eating their Doritos. So those are Vuln stacks. Or as I think our FC has been named to Vuln Snacks at this point. It was Vuln Snacks and someone renamed it. But I think it's back to Vuln Snacks. That's the joke, is that you eat your Vuln stacks. They are Vuln Snacks. They give you vulnerability up, so you take, I think it's 10% more damage per stack. But you also, apparently going into Shadowbringers, also start getting a second Vuln snack, which is like damage down. And you can technically get a max of 20. As far as I'm aware, you can't physically hit the max of 20 because you are actually just dead after 10 or something like that. Like, you actually will just take enough damage. You also can get mitigated with enough damage down to 1 damage. Don't eat your Vuln snacks, or alternatively eat your Vuln snacks. I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do.
Land. I'm perishing. Hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground goes hard.
Oh, it's right. Oh no, better not.
Don't worry, I'm hallowed ground. It bounced right off.
There's physical reads here.
God, I'm so good at this game, huh?
Okay, yeah, so Rubix actually has party effects limited, which I actually recommend as somebody that got tired of my retinas burning from glare mages. I love you, white mage, but man, those glares make my eyes hurt, especially in dark rooms. They make my eyes hurt. They burn my retinas. Oh god. But yeah, that is a thing to keep in mind. It is recommended by a lot of people that you turn your party effects off, or at least to a minimum. That way you can see your effects potentially, but other party members effects you don't, because you run into situations where if you're having to read a boss by what they're doing, like they're physically doing, you kind of want to see it through all the glares and stuff. You kind of want to see it through all the AoEs and effects happening on the boss. And if there's too many happening on the boss, it becomes nigh impossible to get some of those reads, because say his right wing came forward, right? But it's blocked by AoEs and effects and glares and stuff. It's kind of hard to read that. So as far as I'm aware, it is recommended to do just that.
Please, universe, don't just kill me. Don't do it.
Tossing a flashbang.
Okay.
I hate you. 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 I hate Red Mage LB3. I hate Red Mage LB3. I hate Red Mage LB3.
Isn't Red Mage damage magical DPS? I mean, it's not physical DPS, and they did shore up that, so I guess it does incrementally more damage rather than it being a vaster gap. But I think the LBs are close together in terms of damage. Still, if you want to min-max, I mean, melee, ranged, magic in that order. I thought the Red Mage should be a magic DPS. Red Mage is actually super interesting. There's a lot of people... Some people in the server included, they're like, Red Mage is kind of mid. That being said, Red Mage is actually super good, apparently, for going into content like week 1, because Red Mage just kind of does everything. It's like jack of all trades, master of none. But in a lot of circumstances, week 1, it is better than a master of, master of none, right? Because master one. Yeah, because what happens is, because you have access to so many kits, you find out how the fight works, and then from that, in the subsequent weeks, you find out what does work, and thus, say you need more Dragoon Leaps or something like that, or I don't know, someone's gonna be able to articulate this better than I can, because they have that raid experience that I don't, where you can start specializing. You can start phasing the red mage out and start phasing in those specialty classes to be able to. There's a specific fight in the game where black mage actually becomes a tank because of the amount of magic resistance black mage has. So technically, during the one specific fight with that boss, because it does so much magic DPS, you can have your black mage be the tank. Very interesting to consider at the very least. Also, these stacks, generally when you see these, it's a get away from each other. The overlap kind of hurts, so you kind of want to space yourself out. But I mean, you know, you have a giant circle around you and a noise that just woo, 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 so you want to move away from each other. So it'll hit you, but if you start overlapping, you run into issues.
I'm being tank busted.
That's a tank busted. Deleted.
Shit.
It's just
Deleted.
the Robert Downey Jr. meme of I'm being tank busted.
Yes.
Damn
Close. That's close.
Stab it.
I didn't know there was a percentage gauge you could unlock.
Buster over my head.
I was dead.
Yeah. We killed.
You obviously didn't give.
I went to the DVAC and grabbed what I thought was a soup. It's a whole bowl full of coleslaw.
This is actually
Amazing.
1984.
What fucking degenerate eats a bowl of coleslaw?
Definitely not me. Joke's on you. It was me.
An entire bowl of it?
Yeah, I mean, I can eat just coleslaw. Like
Yeah.
that's not a weird thing
Coleslaw goes hard. It really does. I think coleslaw a good coleslaw goes hard.
to me. Oh, you guys better watch that. I rolled a 10 and a 9 on the rings.
Aw,
It's getting
snap.
close to 4 a.m. for major. Mental competency test. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite color.
Crafter.
Huh?
Favorite color. Go. Okay, you've already failed. You know it?
Shit.
Oh, glasses seen. Glasses seen.
I don't like
Glasses
this.
off.
He's got laser eye surgery.
I'm taking the boss already. I'm ready. Oh, I'm not ready. Hallowed ground. Okay, you can heal me to fully waste my hallowed ground. I'll have it again in 7 minutes.
Hallowed ground. Well, hallowed ground is clutch. The other one actually for paladins, I don't quite know how it works. I've tried looking up a few threads how it works. I'm trying to see if it's on his bar. Bulwark is one of the mitigations that paladin gets, and it throws me off because, like, so for example, Rampart is like a 20-second damage mitigation for, I think it's like, so it's 20% for like 30 seconds. This one, I think his 2 right here, that's like his 30 for 15 seconds, I think. Reprisal is your basic enemies do 10% less damage for, I think it's like 10, 15 seconds. There's your arm's length. I don't see Bulwark on his bar. I know Bulwark exists, but I don't see it. Yeah, Bulwark is one of the mitigations that is very confusing, but apparently really clutch. I saw our Paladin, when I was doing O12S, pop Bulwark, one of the final mechanics, and just completely get out almost unscathed. I have no idea how that mitigation works, but apparently it is super, super clutch.
Entire sage icon for that, and nobody did it anyway.
Okay.
Hey, Major, you're alive. I believe in you.
There they go. Did you just... That's it. Hold on. Oh, you pulled too early. I'm eating an egg. Help.
Yes.
There we go.
It's the same distance. Doesn't matter.
Like, I'm not even looking at it because it's just a different bar than mine. I feel like there's missing skills here. I think that might be Shiltron, his 4 here. Yeah, I think that's Shiltron. Unless I'm totally just missing something. I have no idea. Well, no, he's playing. Yeah, no, this is Paladin. I'm so lost. some Paladin main out there is gonna be like, you'll find out.
Alright, he gives directions on
Oh!
My bones, bungus. I'm dying. Soon.
You're not dying. He's not dying.
Yeah, he is. Okay, yeah, I was looking for this. Okay, he has a minimized down here. That makes sense. Yeah, so your Paladin gauge, you can go up to 100, and then it's 50 for Shiltron. So I'm assuming that's Shiltron. I think Shiltron gets an upgrade at some point to maybe like Holy Shiltron. That makes sense.
Hey, Splash, you good?
I hurt my pinky.
Uh-oh.
Arms like that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you just barely perished. How tragic.
Hey, how's it going, Bungus? Goodbye.
See you.
No, don't save him. Just let it. Just let it. Just let it. Anna, you bleeding heart saved him.
Weakly.
Yeah, it literally just killed him.
No, we're 2%.
We
Y'all
got
got
no more
this.
healers.
Oh my god, where's the healer?
Oh my God.
That's a cone.
They're all
That's a
dead.
cone.
Prove you're good at the game.
I'm invincible still. TM. Uh-oh, TM, help!
Earn it.
Clemency, spam! Clemency, spam me!
It's okay. Farmer's still alive.
The Reaper.
Leave the
To be fair, I mean, the Reaper's up. You're going to do damage. What is it? Reaper and Samurai, they keep flip-flopping to between which does more damage depending on the patch, I think. Yeah, Reaper and Samurai are consistently at each other's throat for top physical DPS.
I'm farming.
Tank brothers!
The crops are ready for harvest.
Clemency, me more!
I'm out of mana. Oh, here we go.
I'm more important than the main character.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Major, you're gonna have to eat some tank spheres. Okay.
Did he do it? They did it.
Worse.
It could be worse.
Not gonna make it, bro.
Says he's just laying on the ground. Just absolute fools. You disrespect me such. And that's a wrap. I obviously hope you enjoyed, and if you don't mind, I need to get back to professionally gang stalking a Final Fantasy streamer who, unfortunately for him, happens to share a server with me.
She didn't say anything else to you? That's all she said? Was it in response?
Oh no. There is a bigger Final Fantasy creator that is on my server. Apparently, whenever we go to do my cactpot, apparently they're there. For privacy's sake, I won't say who they are. But I love that you can just see these people in the world. It's actually quite great. The photo bombs. What was it? Moist Critical tried 14. I don't know if he stuck with it. Moist Critical tried 14, and like he ended up getting gifted a white T-shirt. That is the this is just the 14 community. It's a solid game, and like people are like, well, what about the sub fee, Kip? And it's like, I'll pay the sub fee. At worst, I just buy one less AAA game in a like rolling 6-month period. Oh no, I have access to a game I actually enjoy and I feel respects my time, rather than having to buy a AAA game. It's gonna be broken for the first at least 2 months of launch. And I'm going to have to buy additional DLC, battle passes, season passes, etc., etc. Oh, darn. It's just a cost-benefit analysis of my time.
To something? No.
I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to catch you when I return to some obscene sci-fi universe in Arma or whatever. I also hope you enjoy the outro.
This is great. The carbuncle. This outro was great. This was great. I'm sorry that these videos didn't do too well for you, Rubix. This was absolutely great, and I thought this was a very, very fun video. I now get when people say so. I'm doing this the day 6.5, 6.55 specifically comes out, and we've already seen some of the new weapons and stuff. And some people are fans, some people aren't a fan. They say that it, oh well, I kind of like the vampire aesthetic, which now that makes sense if Hesperos is the vampire aesthetic that's an Endwalker. Once again, I can know that Hesperos exists. I can know that the Phoenix exists, right? Three-headed Phoenix. I don't know how they play into the story, especially because these seem like two completely different things, right? You're playing Castlevania for Hesperos, and the first couple you seem like in some dungeon or on top of some tower, right? So I'm very curious how that's gonna go. My point in case, you can know what happens. I can know that Taco Catman comes back in Shadowbringers, right? I don't know how that necessarily happens. So it's all about just, you can know where the story is going, you can know an event, but how is it written? And consistently, 14 has proven to me that it has a competent and really great writing staff. So let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what your thoughts on this are. If you have a breakdown of Paladin, if you think that I would really enjoy Paladin, I'm currently enjoying Warrior. Paladin will be my next one. Really enjoying tanking, actually. Tanking is actually my next one since I just got Samurai and Ninja both 290 before the end of Stormblood post, so I'm kind of jazzed about that. My game starts at 90. It's like RuneScape. My game starts at 99, where you can actually start doing stuff because that's how RuneScape functions. So even though I hit 90 on characters, my game is just starting because I have savages to do, I got ultimates to train for, etc. A lot of big content that I got to do, soloing old content too. So let me know what your thoughts are. RubixRaptor, thank you. I'm sorry that these don't do well for you in the algorithm. I assure you that these are an absolute pleasure to watch and makes me excited to go through Shadowbringers, go through Endwalker, and meet everyone up at Dawn Trail. Thank you. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.